the past couple of weeks, then you might not have received the link yet. So we can just resend that information for you. So if you're having any troubles accessing the app, you can send an email to info@ndsccenter.org. All right, so this is what the apps look like. All right, my dogs start barking right when we're getting started. Let me let them out. Just 1 second. So sorry about that. No more interruptions. Okay, so this is what the app's gonna look like when you get it pulled up. In this top right corner here, this is where you're gonna be able to access your profile and change and update any information that you would like to. So I uploaded a photo here. I can show you how you can do that. So you're gonna go to your profile, and this is where you're gonna have the option if you want to upload a photo. If not, it's just gonna have your initials. Then you can change your name, the city that you're in, any of that information. You can also choose to upload any links to your social media that you would like. So if you wanted to add a link to your Facebook and people could find you that way, you just click the Facebook one and then you would put the link there. And then this is what your business card looks like, which will show to other attendees, and I'll show you guys where that's at. Then here you can update your preferences, whether you want notifications. I highly recommend you turn your notifications on throughout the weekend, you'll get notifications about different events that are taking place. There might be some games that come through the notification where you can win prizes as well. So you'll want to keep those on. For the chat, you can enable the chat or disable it. So that just is a feature that will let other people send messages to you, and we'll show that in a minute. But if you don't want people to be able to send messages to you, you can disable that so that people will not see that as an option for you. Business cards, so you can exchange business cards with other people. So if you connect with someone and you want to exchange information, that's something that you can do as well. And this is where you would see that. And I'll show you in a second how you can send those to other people. And then if you want to go in and say that you really want to attend the awards reception and you didn't register for it, and you want to say that you're going to that, or add an activity such as purchasing a t-shirt or something, you can go to the attendee portal. And this is going to take you to your registration, so you can edit any of your information on here. So yours might look a little bit different because I have administrator, but if you wanted to add in or change any activities, that's where you would do it here. Okay. So that's about it from this side, of seeing and editing your information. We're going to start back at our home screen, and we're going to go through the agenda. Okay, if you click this button here, that's going to bring you to our schedule at a glance. This is just a really easy way to look at all the events that are going on throughout the weekend. And then here you can get into more details. So this is where you're going to see all of the different sessions happening throughout the weekend. You'll also see different events such as the meal plan, the dances, all of that. And you can add any of them to your agenda, anything that you might be interested in. So say on Thursday, I want to make sure that I attend the Global Research and Medical Roundtable. This is something I'm really interested in, and I want to add it to my agenda. You would click here, and then at the top, you'll see my agenda, so you can see the events that you have saved. So Thursday, I also, full agenda. Say I wanted to do something else on Thursday during that time. I'll show you actually this with the session. This isn't a great example. So if we go to Friday and I want to look at sessions, say I was really interested in the session in the afternoon about AI, then it's going to gray out everything else so that you're not putting multiple things that are happening at the same time. So it's going to let you just choose one session per schedule or per cycle, so that you're not overbooking yourself. So if you see anything that looks grayed out, it's because you have a conflict at that time. So that's a question that we've gotten asked in the past is why is it grayed out? Okay, we're gonna add that one though. So again, if you once you add all of these to your agenda, if you go to my agenda, that's gonna show you the things that you have going on. So Thursday, I've got that I want to attend the Global Research and Medical Care Roundtable, and then Friday, I'm attending the AI session. Okay. If you are interested in seeing more with the speakers, this is where you would see all of the speakers. So say that I wanted to connect with Ashley Barlow. I want to read more about her. It's going to show her bio here, the sessions that she's speaking in. And then if I wanted to send her a message, I thought that her session was really good and I wanted more information on it, then I would go to the attendees button, which you can also access from the side. I'm going to search for Ashley. And that's where I can share my business card with her. I can send her a message, or I can even take notes. So if there's something that Ashley and I connected on and I wanted to make sure that I remember that about her, I could take a note of Ashley and I both have a sibling with Down syndrome, whatever. And these are private. So this other person's not going to see this. So this is just a way for you to keep track of things if you connect with another family or a speaker or something like that, and you just want to keep notes on someone. Okay. Let's start by using the slide navigation now. So we went over the agenda, the speakers, the attendees, and then you can see our exhibitors here. So there'll be a list of them. If you want to look at Advent Health and see what they're about, their bio is going to be here. You can go to links. It'll take you to their website, and then you can also share your business card with them. The next option it's going to show you is our college fair. So our college fair will be happening on Saturday at 10:30. So this is for people who are interested in post-secondary options for their children. I would say that we've got families as young as 8 years old that are starting to look at it just to see what options are out there and what their futures kind of might hold. And then we also have people who are at that age that they're applying for college, and this is a great opportunity to connect with. I think we have 19 different schools that are going to be there exhibiting. And then, yeah, so that'll be happening on Saturday, but you can see if you wanted to look at Clemson Life, they're going to have a bio here. You can see their website and all of the people that will be at the college fair. Next, you'll see our sponsors. So if you want information on Global, they're our diamond sponsor and our presenting sponsor. You would go to their website and you can get all of that information regarding them and any other sponsors that you want to check out. Okay, our shuttle schedule, this is where you'll see that. So we do have a shuttle going to our overflow hotels. So we have 3 overflow hotels this year, and the shuttle will run from each one to the main convention hotel about every hour. So we do our best to keep them on track. Sometimes it gets a little off, but they should be coming around every hour. So the shuttle will run starting on Thursday at 10:30, and then the last one will leave the Signia at 9:15 and then drop off at those hotels. So if you're staying at the Holiday Inn, Orlando Disney Springs, then the shuttle is going to pick you up at 10:30, and then you'll get dropped off about 45 minutes later at the convention hotel. If you're staying at the DoubleTree, it'll pick you up around 10:40, drop you off around 11:15, and then if you're staying at the Courtyard, it'll drop you or pick you up at 10:55 and then drop you off at 11:15. So they're continuously running throughout the weekend. This is where the first departure is, and then this is where the last one is. Okay, let's go over the maps. So here's where you're going to see the maps for all of our different areas of convention. So we've got 3 main ones. We will add one for Family Fun Night too, so that you can see the different rooms for Family Fun Night. So this is our Kids Camp map, and it's going to tell you where each thing is. where each room is. Then our main convention map, this is where you're going to see where everything is at the hotel. Just to orient you guys a little bit, um, if you're staying at the Hilton Signia or you're coming from the shuttle, you're going to come in over here at the top left corner, and then registration is going to be right there when you walk in. So you won't be able to miss registration. And then our exhibit hall will be directly across. If you're staying at the Waldorf Astoria that's attached to this, you'll come in on this right side. And so you'll walk a little bit down here, and then that's where registration will be. This big green area, that's where our meal plan will be, welcome session, our celebration dinner, all of those fun things. And then this bottom part is showing you the downstairs. So there's an escalator, an elevator, and steps all to get downstairs. And this is where our main workshop rooms will be. The Human Trizome Project will be down there. And then also our siblings conference will be down there. And then kids camp is right across. There's a little walkway right here, and then that's where kids camp will be. One thing that's new this year that I do want to highlight that I'm really excited about is we're trying to make the convention more accessible to all of our families this year. And so some different things that we have is in this Floridian Ballroom Salon D, we have a nursing and feeding room for any families who are breastfeeding, need to pump. There's going to be a quiet space and a private space for them to be able to do that. In Salon E, you'll see that there's a sensory room that's going to be open throughout the whole weekend. It's just going to be a nice quiet spot if you need a break, if you're at the dance and getting a little overstimulated, you can just walk across over here and go to that room. Another room that we have that I want to mention is we have a diapering and personal care room. So in this room, it's going to be pretty close to the kids camp area, just so that the kids camp can use it as well. But you can head to that room. There's going to be a mat that will be on the floor so that you are able to change adults, children, anyone who needs changing. So this is just a private space that we want our families to have access to for people to be able to accommodate any needs that they have. And that again will be open throughout the weekend.
Oh, a sensory room. Sweet.
Love to hear that feedback that you guys are excited about the sensory room. I'm excited
Good.
about it. Okay, so that's kind of the bulk of the app for the National Down Syndrome Congress Convention. You will see for any of you that may work at your local Down syndrome organization, we have and are part of DSAIA, which is our Down syndrome affiliates in action. They are having their pre-con this year as part of they're having their leadership conference as a pre-con to our convention. So if you are registered for both of them, you'll see this DSAIA options as well. If you're not registered for DSAIA, you will not see those options. So if you're looking at it and you're like, wait a second, Stephanie had all these other options. Why am I not seeing it? This would be only if you're registered for that. So you're going to see the same things, but it'll take you to their agenda, their speakers. So if you're attending both, you'll see all of those options at the bottom, and it's laid out exactly the same way. You'll see a map for them. Oh, that one's coming soon. But you'll see all their speakers and everything there. Okay, that is all that I have for the app. So what questions do we have about the app? I know that some of our staff have been answering questions throughout. Is there anything that has gone in the chat that hasn't been answered yet that you guys would like me to address? Or we can just open it up for questions about the app too? Nothing. It sounds like our staff did a really good job of answering everything in the chat. Thank you guys. Okay, and I'm just going to go over a brief, we'll go over the schedule at a glance, actually. Let's pull this up. So I just want to highlight some things that are going on throughout the weekend. So the Human Trizome Project is a research project that's going on throughout the weekend. When you registered, you would be asked if you consent to receive information on that. If you did consent, they're sending emails to sign participants up for research. So that's something that's really important. if you're willing and able to participate in that research, it would be super helpful. So make sure you check them out and sign up for research if you're interested. Our registration is going to open at 10:30 on Thursday. The way registration will work is we're going to have some registration desks with iPads, and you're going to walk up to the iPad, you're going to type your name in, and it's going to bring up everyone in your group that you registered with. You'll have the option to keep everyone checked in. So if you want to check in your whole family, or say you registered a coworker with you and you want them to be able to check themselves in, you can just uncheck it. And what's going to happen is it's going to print out badges for everyone. If you have a kiddo in kids camp, it won't print out a badge for them because kids don't like to wear lanyards around their neck, and honestly, it might not be the safest. But you will get one for your children that are in the youth and adult conference, siblings conference, and you'll get one for general conference too. So that's where at registration, your badge will print out. On that badge, if you registered for a meal plan, there'll be an icon right on the front. So when you go to the meal plan, you'll just show them your badge and they'll let you in. You'll also get tickets that are part of your badge. So you're going to get this long strip and it's going to be perforated and they're going to fold it up and stick it into your lanyard for you. And then you'll be able to take a look at those tickets. You will get one for t-shirts. So if you purchase the convention t-shirt, you'll get a ticket that says convention shirt and it'll say your name and your size. If you registered for kids camp, you'll get a ticket. They won't print out a full badge and give you a lanyard, but they'll give you tickets so you can claim their t-shirts. If you registered for youth and adult conference or siblings conference, you'll get tickets for all of those different t-shirts. So right next to our registration will be the t-shirt table. So you'll be able to go over there and just give them their ticket and then they'll give you your shirts. It's pretty easy and it'll be right next door. At registration, you'll also be asked if you want a souvenir journal. We are asking everyone this year because we don't want to waste them. If we want to save paper, and if only one person in your family wants a souvenir journal, you don't need to take 3 or 4. So it's really just for anyone who wants one. We're also going to have maps and then our detailed schedule, which is going to look just like the schedule at a glance, but with locations. So those are kind of the main things people look for in the souvenir journal. So we're going to have those printed out separately as well. So you'll see those at registration, and then you'll receive either a tote bag for our general conference attendees or a drawstring backpack for the youth and adult conference. This year, they're pretty fun. They'll come with a pack of crayons that you can use to color the bag and design it yourself. And then also in our family fun night, there's going to be a craft room where you can bedazzle it. You can use paint markers to decorate it. So the bags are going to be really fun this year. I'm excited to see everyone's designs that they come up with. I've got a feeling that we've got some very artistic people, and I'm excited to see the bags. Then also at registration, you'll see another highlight of the weekend. Everyone likes to get their badge ribbons. So these are the ribbons that go on the bottom of your badge that say fun things. We have some funny ones. We have some that say DS Mom, DS Dad, I'm a Sib. So make sure you stop by and check out the ribbons. They'll be right there at registration as well. And then one other thing that we're doing this year, just to be more accessible and provide opportunities for people to communicate throughout the weekend, is we are printing out on like a heavier card stock a communication board that is the size of the badge. So if you're interested in grabbing one of those for yourself to have on your badge to help you support people who might need help with communication throughout the weekend, whether it's your child or you're a professional and you want to connect with other people throughout the weekend, using that, those will be printed there too. So it'll have a hole in it and you can just put it on your badge and use that throughout the weekend. So those will be there. And then we're also going to print out some full-size communication boards with language that can be used throughout the weekend, but also language specific to the things that will be at our dances, our celebration dinner. It might give you a hint to what characters will be at the celebration dinner. So those communication boards will be there and available for anyone who would like one. I know my background actually is as a speech pathologist. So I know for people who have communication devices, it might be hard to add some of that language in there and it might not be in there already. So even if you have a communication device or your kiddo has a communication device, grabbing one of those communication boards will just help them throughout the weekend and it'll hopefully help you too. Alrighty. The exhibit hall will be open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So Thursday it'll open at 1 p.m. Friday it'll open at 8:30 and Saturday at 8:30 as well. We're really excited for our exhibitors this year. We've got some really great ones. I think we have about 106 different exhibitors or I guess 106 spots. I think we've got about 90 different exhibitors that will be there. So make sure you stop by the exhibit hall. I've got a feeling there's going to be lots of Disney themed exhibitor swag this year. So it'll be a lot of fun. So stop by there, see the exhibitors. They'll be there on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then for people who are attending kids camp, if you'd like to check out the kids camp area, see the room that they're going to be in, meet the teachers that are going to be in there, we'll have a meet and greet on Thursday night. Then we have our welcome session on Thursday. So that's just going to kick things off, go over some housekeeping things on what to keep an eye out for, things that are going to happen throughout the weekend, how to identify staff throughout the weekend. So make sure you stop by the welcome session and just it'll be a way to keep you oriented to everything that's going to be going on. Then we'll have our family fun night. And family fun night, we've got 5 different activities. So we have a music bingo room, we have a Disney trivia room, we have a crafts room, a board games room, and then a sports room that will have some like inflatable, not bounce house, but like inflatable sports. So there's like a basketball hoop, something where you can kick a soccer ball, throwing footballs, and we'll have some cornhole in there too. So, for Family Fun Night, you're welcome to hop between the different activities. We also will have a magician roaming around the Family Fun Night doing some magic tricks. So, Family Fun Night was last year was the first year that we did it, and it was a lot of fun. So, we're excited to do it again this year. All right, Friday registration will continue to be open. Then we'll have a fitness class in the center foyer area, and that'll be Ninja Fitness with Cody. We'll have our breakfast meal plan. If you chose any dietary restrictions and noted those on your registration, we'll be able to accommodate those. It is a buffet this year, so it's a little bit easier with the dietary restrictions because things will be labeled and you'll be able to pick and choose instead of having to wait for a specific meal to be delivered to you. Then kids camp will start, our educators conference will start, our advocacy training boot camp will start, which is a big highlight for us as well. So if you're interested in learning more about advocacy, whether you're a beginner or you just kind of want to polish up on your skills, you have questions, advocacy training boot camp will be on Friday. Then we'll have our deep dive sessions, which are sessions that you have to purchase. So if you haven't done that, that's one thing that you could go in and add under activities in the app. And you can see all the different descriptions of those sessions there. Then we'll have lunch. We'll have the afternoon. We'll start our kickoff parties for our youth and adult conference, our siblings conference, and that's when our general workshop cycles will start. On Friday night, we'll have our awards reception. This is different than it was previously. We used to do awards at our banquet, but we kind of separated out this year so that the awards reception will take place and it will truly just be awards. And then Saturday night, instead of doing the awards at the banquet, we're doing what we're calling the celebration dinner, which is more family-friendly entertainment and a buffet dinner. Then we'll have sharing sessions with specific topics on Friday night. You can check out the specific ones in the app if you're interested in attending a sharing session. And then we'll have our dance, which everyone is excited about. Friday night's dance is Gear Up to Glow. So it's a glow party. Last year's Friday night dance was, I think, the highlight of my weekend and a highlight of a lot of people's weekend. So wear your glow sticks, bring your glow glasses, all of the fun things. I saw people with light up earrings, and it was a lot of fun. So we're excited to do the Gear Up to Glow again this year. Saturday, we're gonna start off with some yoga. So everyone's gonna be tired and you can sit in child's pose if you want at yoga and kind of relax a little bit before you have a day full of sessions. Registration will close on Saturday at 12. At that point, any t-shirts that are left over, we will sell at that time. So make sure you pick up your t-shirt by Saturday at noon. We don't ship t-shirts, so please pick them up. It's a lot for us to try to bring them back and put them in storage. So pick up your shirts if you got one. Then we'll have our in-deck town hall on Saturday morning. Sessions will start around 9:30. Kids camp, siblings conference, and YNA will start all about 15 minutes before that. We'll have our college fair that I mentioned. One thing I didn't mention on Friday is we have our African American lunch. And then on Saturday, we have our Hispanic lunch. So if you haven't already and are planning on attending those, please RSVP in the activities in your portal so that we can get a good count to give the hotel for food. Then we'll take YNA does take a break for lunch. So they'll have from 12:15 to 1:30 to eat lunch. Then we'll have some sessions in the afternoon. We'll have our celebration dinner where we will have, we're going to start off the night out of our celebration dinner with some performances by a couple of Disney princesses. So they'll do that for the first 30 minutes, and then we'll do sing-alongs for the next hour. The buffet will be open the entire time, that 6:30 to 8. So if your kiddo is really excited by the princesses and wants to sing right next to them and you're worried about them eating, the buffet will stay open even after they're done. We will close down the buffet at 8 o'clock because that's when the dance starts and it's going to be in the same room. So you'll get a wristband when you enter the celebration dinner, just so we know who's purchased tickets and that you can come and go as you please to go to the restroom, whatever you need. And then the individuals who are just there for the dance will open the doors and let them in at 8. Okay, Sunday we'll start off with a fitness class. Then kids camp starts. We've got one more cycle of sessions. And then the siblings conference will go on their field trip. They're going to Wonderworks. And then we have our youth and adult conference talent show, which everyone gets very jazzed up about. So if you have some time, stop by. The energy in that room is awesome during that time. So it's a lot of fun. The whole convention is a lot of fun. There's so many exciting things to do. So we're really excited about the different things we have to offer this year. We hope you guys are excited too. All right, let me look at my notes really quick and see if I missed anything on what I wanted to touch on. I don't think so. What questions? I'm going to open it up. Anything again in the chat that we haven't gotten to answer yet, or any additional questions that people want to ask?
Hey, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm new to this and I'm confused. Do I have to sign up for each workshop or whatever that I want to attend, or I just go there?
You can just go. As long as you've got your badge on in your lanyard, you're free to attend whatever sessions. In the app, you can add it to your agenda just to kind of keep track of where you're going so that you know which ones you want to go to, and if you want to take a look at it ahead of time. But you don't have to sign up for a session. We do our very best to anticipate which sessions are going to be the most popular and put them in our biggest rooms. And so there's a chance that some of the rooms could be full. When that happens, we try to see if the speakers will do a webinar for us later so that our families can still get that content. So we do our very, very best to anticipate what sessions you guys are going to be interested in and put them in the larger rooms. But there are some times that we misjudge that. So bear with us. We will do whatever we can, fit as many people as the hotel will allow us before the fire marshal starts getting frustrated with us. So we also have rooms that the rooms flag. I haven't said this word out loud. I don't know how you say the word. F&G is what we've been calling it. Flagler and Gilchrist. We're gonna say that. Don't butcher. I might have butchered that. But that room's gonna have translation in there. So it'll have headsets. If you are interested in hearing it in Spanish, you can pick up one of those headsets. You'll give them your ID. And then when you turn in your headset after the session, they'll give you that back. And then also in the room Escambia, those will be presented in Spanish.
How many people would I?
Did that
Thank
answer
you.
your question, Marilyn?
What about parking if you're not staying at the hotel?
Yes, so there's parking at the hotel. The rate is $20. If you are not staying at the hotel, then you'll have to pay each time you enter and exit. If you are staying at the hotel, you'll scan your room key and you can go in and out and just pay $20 per day.
And
I
what
have,
is it still
oh,
$20 per day for not staying at the hotel, or is it more?
Yes, the price is the same for
Okay.
both.
I have a question. I'm new to this too, and I'm sorry if I should know from all the information we received, but I have a daughter attending the young adult conference and she's 17.
Mhm.
Uh, should I expect to pick her up on Saturday at lunch if we didn't sign up for the meal plan?
Yeah, so even if you are signed up for the meal plan, they will take a break during lunch, and so they'll eat lunch with you. Depending on they have a there was a question on the dismissal policy. So standard dismissal is that you want them to wait until you get there to have them dismissed. They'll have colors on the badge that indicate that, so that the volunteers and the youth and adult conference committee knows kind of who to hold back and who to let go. Um,
Okay.
and so that will let us know who can leave. Or if they have independent dismissal, we will let them leave. But
Okay.
if you indicated that you want the standard dismissal, then you would pick up for lunch. You can do the meal plan if you did. If not, there's options at the hotel to purchase meals. You can also
Okay.
DoorDash. I know that's something that we didn't mention last year that we want to make sure that's clear that you guys can DoorDash food to the hotel as a cheaper option if you're trying to save some money um, because hotel prices can be expensive. So
Okay.
DoorDash is a good option. There also is a shuttle that goes to Disney Springs for free. It would be tough to do for lunch and get back if you didn't want to miss anything, but it's a good
Okay.
option for dinners.
And then the dance party is included in the registration, but the dinner that's prior, you had to register for that,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh well,
Marissa?
yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Stephanie. Okay, I am trying to be on the national board,
Hmm.
like advocate,
Yeah.
and I'm wondering, I'm bringing some flyers. How many
Mhm.
flyers do I need for the youth and adult section?
Yeah, so there's going to be, I think we've got 387 people who are signed up for it as of this moment. So I would say around 400 would be good if you want to give one to everyone.
Okay,
But if you
thank
don't
you.
think that you're going to be able to give them to everyone, you could do less than that. So it's kind of up to you, but there's going to be about 400 people there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is Debbie.
Hey,
I
Debbie.
was curious as to the dress code, not or the dress attire for the dance and the dance after the celebration dinner.
Yeah, so I think on Friday night, what we'll probably see is people kind of dressing on theme, wearing bright colors. You'll probably see people in jeans, people in shorts, people in fancy dresses. So really whatever makes you comfortable. And then Saturday night, you're going to see lots of Disney stuff. So the celebration dinner is Disney, dress your Disney best. And so is the dance. So I have a fun Toy Story jacket that I got. And so I'm wearing a it looks like the ball from Toy Story with jeans. So if that helps you, we actually had a staff meeting because this is a common thing that even among staff, everyone asks what you're wearing. So we did we called it convention fits and sips. So everyone could show off their outfits. So there's
Fun.
always conversations about the outfits that people are going to be wearing.
Okay, that helps. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stephanie, we have a question about Uber in the
Yeah.
chat. I am not familiar with the price of an
Mhm.
Uber from the airport to the hotel.
I can look it up really quickly. Let's see. In this moment, obviously, it can vary a little bit, but if we were to get one right now from the airport to the hotel For just a standard Uber or Lyft, it is $43.67. So plus or minus some, depending on the time and how busy they are, but that gives you a rough idea of how much it would be. What other questions do you all have?
Somebody asked if there are fast food restaurants in the area.
Not within walking distance. If you look on our website, we made a visitor's guide, and it's also I has gone out in I think one of the emails so far. And we put all of the restaurants on, not all of the restaurants, there's a lot of restaurants in Orlando. But we put some local restaurants in there and restaurants that are nearby to highlight. Sam just put it in the chat as well. And it'll tell you the distance that it is from the hotel. And we put dollar signs on there based off of how expensive the restaurant is and try to give some different options on there. We actually, Kathleen, there is, we put that in the visitor's guide too. I don't know, Sam, if you can open that really quick and answer that question on how close the grocery store is. But that was a question that we got last year that we made sure to include this year. I want to say it was like 15 minutes. And we might have done it in miles, not minutes, but
What was the oh, okay, Walmart is 13 minutes away, 5.7 miles.
the dance is for everyone. There's going to be a lot of people there. If you haven't attended before, I joked with the hotel last year that our dances are huge and they made us this dance floor that they said that they use for an 800 person wedding. And it was very small in my opinion. And I was like, oh, I think we're going to need more space than that. And they're like, oh, no, you're good. And then within 3 minutes, we had, I think, tripled the size of the dance floor of opening the doors. So our dances are big. They take up the full ballroom. We do have tables in the back for people who want to sit and watch. There will also be a bar in there, a cash bar if people would like to purchase drinks. There will be both alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks, soft drinks. I think they might have some kind of juices as well in there. And then we'll serve cookies, which you will not need to purchase. All right, I have a question. If I have some self-advocates on here that want to answer, I want to know what people are looking forward to. So anyone want to tell me what they're excited about for convention? Marissa, Christine.
I'm excited because of the Disney stuff.
I think it's going to make it so much more fun.
For me, it's the dancing.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song that you're looking forward to?
Probably the Jonas Brothers.
Sam, did you hear that? Sam's the biggest Jonas Brothers fan.
Wow.
I'm ready, Abby.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we've got that on our playlist.
I like A Whole New World from Aladdin.
That's a good one. We might include that in our sing-alongs. Oh, that's a good question. The photo option, our photo opportunity. So we have a couple different options. So at our exhibit hall table, we are putting the photo booth there this year. So if you've gotten pictures and you want them printed out, that'll be at our exhibit hall table as soon as you walk in the exhibit hall. And then the area with the big balloons and all of that fun stuff, that will be right. It's technically the term is the Bonnet Creek West foyer. And it'll be in between registration and the big waterside ballroom that all of our big events will be in. So you can't miss it. If you should be able to see it kind of out of the corner of registration. But if you head towards the waterside ballroom, you'll see it over there.
Stephanie?
Yes.
This is Karen Dubois.
Hello.
I don't know why my picture doesn't come up. I've been trying to fiddle fart around with my computer. And I guess where I'm really confused, I did ask about the Uber.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought in the email that I got from the president of our Down syndrome group that in there it said that there was, of course, you did talk about the shuttles and so forth, but if you needed transportation from the airport to the hotel, it was like 126, and then the return would be like 110. But you just looked something up and it was 40. So I'm a little confused. I've never used Uber before.
Yeah.
I'm a
So
farm girl.
no, you're good. So there are Uber and Lyft are two different apps that you can order, and it's people who are driving their own personal cars that will pick you up. They've gone
Right.
through background checks, their
Yep.
cars have been inspected, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So that is one option that you can order it when you get there, or you can schedule a pickup too, and that'll take you to the hotel for about the cost that I mentioned. But the hotel has like a partner shuttle that they use, and it is more expensive.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I cannot remember, Sam, I don't know if it's in the visitor's guide or the Dallas, or I keep saying Dallas details. That was easy from last year. The Orlando details. There is we mentioned that shuttle in there. So if you take a look at that, it'll say what the cost is. I don't know if the breakdown, I think the shuttle you pay per person, where Uber, you're just paying for the whole vehicle. So I think that Uber or Lyft is going to be more cost effective than the shuttle. But if you want someone who's familiar with the hotel, that kind of thing, the shuttle would be an option as well.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I was kind of surprised when I called the hotel back in March to ask about, because I was going to come by myself without my husband, that there was an Uber or a shuttle that will take you to Disneyland.
Yeah,
Free,
so
but
yes.
it will not pick you up at the airport. And well, when that happened, it's like I said to my honey, "You're going with me. I ain't getting into this Uber thing." So
Safety
it's
first.
kind of fun. It'll be nice. It'll be really nice for the two of us to get away. But and everybody says this Uber is just the greatest thing. But when I looked at the prices, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
So
can I make one suggestion? I have the Uber and the Lyft app on my phone. And I know when I went out to visit somebody in California, when I needed a pickup, I would check both. And there's been as much as $15 or $20 difference for the
yes.
same ride
Yep.
between the two. So
Yep.
set them up ahead of time and compare.
Yeah. I guess I'm just a little worried because we are flying and there's no guarantee what time we're coming in. So if we tried to set it up too early, we may miss something. But I
sometimes
guess
I think you can do it based off you put in your flight information too.
okay.
I'm not sure,
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah,
positive on that.
that's perfect.
But it might
Yeah.
have the option.
Yeah.
But even if you schedule it ahead of time, it's usually more expensive than I would set up the app and make sure that you've got your information in there, your credit card,
Yep.
all of
Yep.
that, and then just order it once you get like your bags or whatever. Because I think that they'll only wait for 5 minutes or something like that once they get there.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Somebody's going to show us how to use it. As I said, we are coming from rural New York, which we don't have Ubers. So this is going to be exciting. Thank you.
Well, we're excited to have you. What other questions, or if anyone else wants to jump in about what they're excited about?
Someone asked if there's going to be a photo op.
Yeah, you missed it. I think you were searching for something, Sam, when I answered that one.
Well, just to reiterate.
Yes, there will be. All right. Well, I'm not going to keep everyone if nobody has any more questions. You can always reach out to us. Chris and Kim are answering emails all the time. This is our busy season that we're here. We're happy to support. There's no dumb questions. Please send them all our way. I mean, this is what we joke about. This is our Super Bowl. We're really excited for this, and we're all ready and excited to see you guys in Orlando in about 2 weeks. All right. Well, thank you guys. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.